Turn my headphones up.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Aaron. I've got Sham and Waj here with me today, and we're just going to have a discussion just about, whatever topics come to mind, really. Obviously, we're all in quarantine. We're all a bit bored. We want to keep socialising, keep talking, discuss, some casual stuff, some serious stuff, and just have a good time, really. And hope you guys enjoy listening to our discussions.
Yeah, boy.
That's the plan. If you guys just want to, say a quick word, say hello to the listeners, introduce yourselves real quick.
Yeah, hello, my name's Waj. That's all. They'll find out the rest.
They'll find out the rest when they go through the podcast.
Keep his cards close to his chest.
Hey, I'm Sham. I'm currently on furlough. I'm stuck in quarantine. I'm in this lockdown, and we started a podcast. You can find me at ShmakeKP on everything. Yeah, boys. All right, let's go.
Very nice, very nice. So, I want to ask you guys about food, not your diets per se, but obviously lots of food places shut down. I'm a big foodie myself. At the same time, we've got Ramadan going on. So, Waj, what you're eating at the moment is going to be I say drastically, I don't know drastically, but definitely different to what you're usually eating, right? How has quarantine and this lockdown changed everyone's eating habits? Are you eating healthier? Are you eating more unhealthy? Are you missing fast food? Are you not? What's going on?
That's a good question. I think my eating habits has changed quite a lot. Whilst I was in Manchester, I would have quite a balance between eating out and eating at home. Obviously, eating out is completely gone out the window now. With eating out in Manchester, there's so much variety. There's so many choices. Maybe because it's like quite a culturally diverse place, but there's so many options that you could eat something different for every meal for a whole month, and you could find it like a different restaurant every day. Really, it's so good. Kind of missing that at the moment, really.
Definitely in the same
boat. especially where I live as well. There's a whole bunch of restaurants and like fast food places all literally walking distance from where I live, like loads and loads of them. So yeah, I miss that quite a lot at the moment. What about you guys?
Yeah, go on, Sham. How's it going?
Well, if we talk about like uni times, man, I used to bang out Nando's like every other day because it was opposite my uni.
Really?
Nando's, little chicken thighs with spicy rice, coleslaw, and but now it's basically still chicken. Like nothing's really changed. KFC opened recently in Solihull, so I've been eating that. Like,
oh really?
And then I never knew how much I missed a zinger, man.
Yeah,
this is probably making Waj hungry, you know.
Going back to Nando's. What do you get from Nando's normally, both of you?
Go ahead.
Is that your usual order, Sham? Yeah, the chicken thighs with rice and is that your usual order? The chicken thighs with.
And I go for the sunset burger. You know, I go for the sunset burger. Yeah. Maybe I'll get like a few wings on the side, but yeah, definitely peri chips and coleslaw.
Yeah. So my usual, me and my girl usually have kind of the same thing. We have Fino pita, but she has it without the sauce and stuff in it because she doesn't like that. And then we have peri salted chips and garlic bread. And then sometimes, if we're feeling extra greedy, we'll get another large side of peri salted chips to share between us.
I thought I was going to say large chicken.
I would say that 95% of the time that I go to Nando's, I get a platter and share it with the person that I'm going with.
Yeah.
Wait, what comes in a platter? I've not seen those ones.
Like, there's a whole chicken.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing, bro. Yeah, honestly, I'd say literally 95% of the time that's what I'd get. I'd get a whole. It's like a whole chicken, and you get 2 sides and 2 drinks, or you can get the other one which has got 4 sides in.
Jeez.
If I'm going with 4 to 6 people though, jumbo platter. That's what it has to be.
Yo, I want to go Nando's with Waj, man. How have we not got Nando's like all together? That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. That's definitely on the cards once lockdown's over.
Trust me, man.
Yeah, come with me. I've
Nando's
got
eating
that.
How much can
I've got
you
that
eat?
NHS discount too.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Yeah. So for our listeners here, Waj is on the brink of becoming a doctor. Very proud of him because I know that's been his ambition since we were little, you know.
Since 1998.
Yeah, 7, year 8. So obviously, yeah, he he can get his NH discount for us. We'll order a ton loads of food. We'll do an eating challenge once this lockdown's over.
Mukbang.
Yeah.
And also, what heat do you have your chicken?
I was about to ask
Hot.
the same question.
Yeah. Hot.
Hot. Nice.
Yeah, hot.
I used to
man.
get medium, man. I used to get medium.
To be
But
honest,
then I was
think
like,
medium's
nah, I
fine
can't be
as
doing
well.
that.
I think medium's all right because then you can mix and match it with the sauces that you want with it.
Facts,
But if you have medium chicken but a very hot sauce, then it's kind of the same thing, really.
Yeah.
That's very true. I used to have hot, and I used to terror. My mates like going Nando's. I used to terror them for getting medium, and they always used to say, "Oh, I prefer the spice," and I go, "Yeah, of course you do. No, I prefer the taste of medium." No, yeah, of course you do, mate. But then I tried the medium, and you know what? It's true. It's true.
Facts. It actually does taste all right. You know?
I've sacrificed, a bit of my masculinity going down to medium for sure, but I do enjoy it more.
I think
So-
anyone who gets mild needs to be cancelled.
Yeah.
Bruv, nah, forget that. Yeah, I've been with people that they got plain.
No, I'd leave.
Plain.
I'd leave the table.
Bruv, I'm like, I can't sit
Or
next
chicken.
to you right now.
Plain chicken.
I don't know anybody
From Nando's.
that gets plain. That's
That must
terrible.
be the least ordered thing on the menu.
I swear, man. I swear.
And people that have their chips plain as well. Why would you have
No,
chips?
no, come on.
What is right? You go to Nando's for the peri chips, isn't it? Like,
Yeah. 100%.
Oh,
And
quick
you try and
question,
refresh yourself.
do
Yeah,
you like
sure.
mix your drinks?
No.
I've done that before.
I haven't
I've
done that since
before.
about year 9, man. But I used to enjoy it, so maybe I should try it.
What do you go for? The Fanta Coke?
Yeah, Fanta Coke.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Comes out with some brown, nasty, like fluid, but it tastes so big.
I like
So,
the peach juice they've started doing. You guys tried that?
No.
They do it at the showcase one in Coventry. It's called something like Rubo's peach juice. It's peach iced tea.
Yeah,
It's so nice, but it's
I love a iced tea actually.
iced tea's
Yeah,
nice.
I'll try it.
They do like a good lemonade, like a natural lemonade as well. It's nice.
Probably the same kind of thing as that. They're having like a big tank separate from the rest. That's like where they have the peach iced tea.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So apart from Nando's, do you guys have any other favorite places to go to eat?
You know what? Other than Nando's, I used to eat a ton of fast food. I used to go Mackey's, KFC, or Burger King every day. I promise you, every day. Like from a period of 16 years old to 20, really. I can guarantee you 5 out of those 7 days I would be eating fast food. I used to work at KFC as well. I worked at KFC for a little over 3 years as well. So you've got to bear that in mind.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a long time and a lot of KFCs. I took, I don't want to say stole. I ate a lot of food. Not stolen. It was common practice. If anybody, any of the executives from KFC watching, it was all condoned by management. I didn't do anything, anything illegal from what I knew anyway. But yeah, so I eat a lot of fast food, but I don't eat a lot of fast food now. Nando's is like my casual dining stuff, and other than that, like I said, I'm a bit of a foodie. I like to try new foods. I like to, eat fine cuisine, so to speak. So outside of Nando's, I don't so much have a regular place. I like to explore different places. When I go down to London, go to some Michelin star restaurants, that kind of thing. Yeah, branch out, see what's out there. What about you guys?
Go ahead.
So yeah, in Manchester there's so many options. Like I said, so you can literally try a different place every day. Nearby where I live, there's quite a few Arab places that are really good. So when you guys come, I'll take you there. In the city centre, there's a place where there's loads of these really nice high-end restaurants. They're high-end, but they're not as expensive as what you might think. So you could easily go there and have a few meals there. every now and then, but they're really, really high quality. And then you've got like Japanese restaurants, you've got essentially all kinds of cuisines. Really, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So when you guys come, I'll take you and show you around.
Very nice,
Oi.
very nice. I remember when we came round your house for your birthday when we were at school. I think it was year 10 or something, and your mum made kind of like loads of authentic cuisine, because obviously your family comes from Pakistan, right? So yeah, she made a whole load of authentic cuisine. It was really nice. So yeah, I'm down to try anything from that region.
Good.
I trust.
Yeah.
What about you, Sham?
Yo, in London, I used to have like a lot of Turkish food, man.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Similar kind of thing, right? I mean, I'm probably just making a rash generalization that the food from Istanbul to Islamabad is kind of the same. I'm sure it's very different, but yeah, in my mind, anything from that region that I've tasted, I very much like.
Yeah, man, just hella meat, like hummus, breads. Oh, I went to this one recent in Leicester as well. I forgot what it was called. Before I went go-karting. It's in my vlog.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, man, like that type of cuisine is so nice. And like I've been to a few places in like Birmingham and stuff where it's just like this random place in like the middle of like an alleyway or something, and it opens up to like this nice restaurant where there's like, you know how they sit on the floor and like they dine on the floor, or like on those long bed type things.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it Arab?
Yeah. I think Lebanese maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lebanese. Yeah, and that type of food, man, like huge steel plates of just like rice, lamb, chicken, salads, like.
Oh, trust me, you guys will really like nearby where I live in Manchester. Then there's like Afghan, there's Turkish, there's all different kinds of Arab food, all on like one road. All on one road. It's amazing.
And the good thing about this kind of food as well is that it's healthy, or I should say healthier than if you go to an Italian, you're not eating healthy. There's lots of cheese,
of course,
bread. Yeah, if you go to an American place, you know, no matter how nice it is, like I say, no matter how nice it is, like you might have something pretty clean. But if you go into a Western kind of place, it's going to be burgers, chips, that kind of stuff. But yeah, anything like rice.
This is grilled. This is straight up grilled.
Grilled meats. Yeah, very good for you, nice, clean, and healthy. And you know, you enjoy
it's super similar to Edgware Road.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, like they're all like restaurants and stuff, like in a line. I was like, it's gonna be like Edgware Road in London.
Yeah, that's essentially where I live in Manchester.
I went to this place in Edgware Road, right? And it was like a barber shop, right? And we go in late at night, so like all the shops are closed and stuff. We go in late at night and knock on the door, like it's a barber shop. And then they slide, like, you know, like barbershop have mirrors and stuff, right? This one had like a wardrobe that it was a mirror, but it was actually a wardrobe type of thing. And she slid the mirror, and it like steep stairs downstairs to like the shisha place, like hella food there and everything.
Oh, sweet.
Like, it's like one of them secret location type things, isn't it?
Very nice. My go-to place in London is the Duck and Waffle, just because it's open at any time. And, you know, you can just count on some nice food, not too expensive. I know it's cliche, and I know it shows that I clearly haven't branched out much in London.
What's it called?
But yeah, the Duck and Waffle. The Duck and Waffle. It's in Broadgate Tower, I believe. Same building. But yeah, it's open 24 hours, and like I said, it's cheap for London prices as well. If you get a nice view. Yeah,
it's like far from cheap, isn't it?
It's cheaper than a lot of restaurants in that area. You're talking about
there's a few nice restaurants in London, like Sketch. Sketch was really nice. I went to this Berkeley Hotel. They have like a restaurant inside, proper like posh. Like everyone was wearing suits.
How much are these restaurants charging? Like, how much are you paying for a meal in London?
Bro, you can be like, you can have, it depends all on like what they price at. You can have sushi at Yo Sushi, it'd be like 10 quid. You have the same sushi in a restaurant, it'd be like 400 quid. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean like none of these like Yo Sushi things that you can get all over the UK. I mean specific to London, like these original London restaurants.
Mate, you'll be hitting easy, man.
I've been to like a couple of Michelin restaurants in London, and like to be honest, for two people, you know, starter, main, and dessert, £100, which is pricey. It's obviously pricier than most places, but for what you're paying,
I thought it would have been more.
Yeah, it's more. It's more, man. You're hitting like nearly 200 if you're having like, because I think Michelin, they just give like small tasters of everything, right?
Yeah.
They're not like full on meal.
It depends on what you have. If you have a tasting menu, yeah, but they obviously have like their kind of like normal standards.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends on what you have.
Yeah, and a lot what helps the price go up, or helps the price go up, what brings the price up quite a lot is drinks, man. Like cocktails will set you back like £15-20, man.
Yeah, definitely.
But they are good. But it's just paying for the rent and the space in London. That's all it's doing.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a huge spectrum, because like I said, that particular restaurant, it was a City Social, I think. That was like, the bill came to about £100. So I went.
What about if you want something quick, easy, cheap? How much is that costing you there?
You know what, like
£30 maybe.
Yeah. Like, to be honest, it's not as unreasonable as you might think. It's really not. Like I said, like some places, like I said, other restaurants I've been to. I went to this. I can't for the life of me remember it, but a Chinese place in Soho, and the bill there came to like hundreds. I wasn't footing the bill, thankfully. There was about four of us. But yeah, it came to like, I think over 500. It was about £600 for four of us. So obviously, like, that's the other side of the spectrum.
Yo,
but like I said, like you can eat nice food for like a reasonable price in London.
Have you like been to like hot pot places?
No.
Hot pot
No,
places.
not really.
So there's one in Chinatown. Yeah, it's like on the corner, and I bet every like person that knows Chinatown, they'll know which one I'm on about. But it's in London, obviously, and downstairs is like a normal restaurant where they serve like normal food and stuff, and then upstairs is like this hot pot place where the tables have like obviously hot pots inside of them, and the way you just ask for like what you want, like what broth type of thing you want. So you have like a spicy one or like a sweeter one, let's say, and then they just give you like the food to put in. So like tofu, you can put in like small like beef slices, and like there's just like hella food there, man. But that's nice. Hot pot is definitely nice, because you just order by plate, really, so you can kind of gauge how much you want, and they serve it like really quick as well. Yeah, hot pot's really nice, man.
I've got a question for you guys. When you go out and you eat, do you pay attention to the music in the restaurant, and does it bother you if it's something you don't like, or do you just tune it out for the rest of the night? Is it a part of your experience, or is it insignificant? Doesn't it matter? Does it not matter?
Alright, so Nando's is the best place to like judge this. Yeah, when you go into them toilets, you are dancing to those tunes.
Yeah, of course.
Busting up all the salsa moves. Music dead on, because it sets the right tone, and you don't always want to listen to like, you know, music that you find in the charts that you listen to on Spotify, etc. Just nice background music that adds to the atmosphere. I think that's the best.
Thinking about it, man. Yeah, like Nando's is. I can only think of Nando's, the only place that like, really.
Nothing springs to my mind either, of like a restaurant that's blasting music really loud, and like I remember having a really bad experience because of the music.
I think I went sketch one time, and I think they were just playing like low piano sounds. Do you know what I mean? Just like set a more quieter tone. Because in that place, man, you have to like whisper. Like, it's weird.
Yeah, I think anything instrumental is best for like restaurant settings. 100%. Because I've been to, like nowhere fancy, just kind of like your standard casual dining places, and you know they're playing the music a little bit too loud. It's just not to your taste, and it can just be a bit annoying for me.
Yeah, I think it definitely has to fit the cuisine. Like, imagine going to like a Italian restaurant and they're playing like indie music or something.
They're playing
like,
Bhangra.
It doesn't work. Yeah. That's a good topic. So let's say you had a restaurant, you want it Italian themed or like Chinese themed or whatever. To make the restaurant feel like more authentic, is it like discriminating people if you don't employ them because they don't fit like the tone of the restaurant? Do you know what I mean? Is that discrimination?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think potentially.
I think technically it probably is, isn't it?
Yeah. Potentially.
I don't know. It's like let's say like a fashion designer wants to shoot a scene of like black people, for example, and a bunch of white people apply, and he rejects them because he wants to set the thing in Africa, and it just wouldn't
But that's
work.
different, isn't it? That's like freelancing work type of thing. That's like agency work.
Yeah.
That's like an actor, for example. Like, yeah, has to fit a
They
role.
wouldn't be. It's unlikely they. Like, I'm a lawyer, so I'll break it down for you. You know, I'm not actually a lawyer. I'm training to be a lawyer, so I'll break it down a bit legally. There's a difference between contractors and employees, and this is kind of like the problem that Uber's having. Are their drivers contractors or employees? So yeah, like the fashion thing, it's very unlikely they will be employees. When you have employees, you can't discriminate against your employees, and you can't discriminate against contractors per se. But the laws are a lot more loose. So yes, if you're just hiring contractors and you want them for a specific thing, there's much fewer regulations you have to go by in terms of, you know, how much you pay them, you know, their breaks and stuff, all that kind of stuff, their insurance, etc. But when you have employees, there's very strong laws regarding employees, and part of those laws is, of course, discrimination, to make sure you don't discriminate against them. So I feel like those two examples are slightly different, and I feel like I said, I'm not pretending like I know, so I'm hedging this, but I feel like even if you wanted an authentic, say, Chinese restaurant, if somebody of non-Oriental origin came in for an interview, you wouldn't be able to not hire them on the basis of the fact that they're not of Oriental.
Could you get around it by putting a clause in saying must be Mandarin speaking?
Ooh, that's true.
Or must be Italian speaking.
You know, that's actually a very clever loophole. That's a very clever loophole, actually, and that's what a good lawyer would do, Waj.
Waj, you might have to change occupation, bro.
That's actually very smart, because the chances are Mandarin speakers are going to be Chinese, aren't they? Yeah. But again, if a white person came in and they spoke Mandarin and they were good enough for the job, you wouldn't be able to. My understanding is you wouldn't be able to discriminate against them.
Fair enough.
On the fact that they weren't Chinese. Yeah. Yeah. But what back to the music thing. We talked about what music you like in restaurants. What kind of music do you guys listen to in general?
Oh, I love that transition. Gee.
Yeah. Go on, SKP, you go first.
SKP, if you want to know what playlist I like, SKP playlist on Spotify, and you'll get the likes of Jay-Z, Kanye West, Beyonce, Kendrick, Rihanna, Drake. Not on that playlist. I think, like, obviously, basically Rockefeller. Everyone signed to Rockefeller is in one playlist because their music is just amazing. And then you got like the Drakes, the Travis Scotts. That I see that kind of like a separate genre of music, more like hype music, or like a more mainstream type of music. Because man, like Drake just banger after banger after banger, to be honest.
Yeah, I can definitely attest to that. Me, I'm pretty boring. It's just pretty much Drake all day. Obviously, there's other stuff I listen to. I listen to on the UK scene, but yeah, like Drake's my guy.
What about you?
So you're more into the American hip hop as well?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like,
yeah.
UK hip hop is all right. Like JME, actually, he's brought some songs out during quarantine. They've been really good, really, really good. Apart from that, like Dave.
Top 3 artists on the UK scene. Top 3 artists on the UK scene. Obviously, like in the realm of like hip hop, UK hip hop, grime. Although grime slide down a bit. Drill, if you listen to drill.
Dave, Ed Sheeran, Stormzy.
Ed Sheeran? Is Ed Sheeran class? That's I suppose a bit of a borderline one, isn't it?
Hey?
I suppose that's a bit of a borderline one. Sorry, was that in general, or was that for UK hip hop?
UK. Oh, hip hop. Okay. We'll go Dave, Stormzy. I quite like Bugsy Malone, to be honest.
Yeah, I listen to Bugsy Malone. I've seen him live a couple of times.
Jeez.
It's good.
What are you guys?
I really like Skepta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
I
else?
think it's quite intelligent.
Give us two more.
I like Dave, of course. I like AJ Tracy.
Yeah.
Oh, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like someone to hype up,
Yeah.
hype up too. I really like AJ Tracy. Although like I'm like you guys as well. I listen to way more American hip hop than the UK scene.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do you think it's?
Yeah.
Have you seen things like influenced by the American hip hop? Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's getting really popular now. Like American hip hop or hip hop in general, to be honest, is the new pop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. It's the
Like,
biggest genre.
it's massive and it's becoming like really like mainstream as well. Have you seen like a change in maybe like society or people?
I think, and again, this is just like an idea off the top of my head. I think maybe like the rise of social media has allowed like our generation to kind of like take over more of the landscape in terms of music, in terms of popularity of music. Because who uses social media the most? Like our generation and like, you know, the next generation coming up behind us.
Yeah.
And that's really where like content's dispersed the most.
Yeah.
Obviously before it was like through very traditional platforms like radio, etc. So now like with social media, the people on social media, they're going to share the music that they're listening to, which is more likely to be, you know, or there's going to be more listeners of like US hip hop, rap, etc. than there would be if you were taking a sample of like all age ranges and it was still like through the medium of the radio. So I think maybe that's why it's becoming more popular, because social media is the biggest way you can disperse your content, how your content gets around, and who are the main users of social media? Our generation. And what's a very popular genre of music of our generation? Rap, US hip hop, that kind of stuff. So I'd say like that's potentially a factor.
Yeah,
Going back to your question, I think quite a lot of things are influenced by like that hip hop kind of genre, like fashion, videos, art, like even art. I feel like been heavily influenced by hip hop now.
Because I was I think I read it or something, or I watched a video on it, and basically the genre of music kind of describes the person you are or the person that you'll become listening to that music. And I do find like a lot of people nowadays have become a lot more confident. I'm just thinking, is that to do with like the exploitation of like social media, like people can be whoever they are type of thing, so they're a lot more comfortable in themselves? Or is it because hip hop has now become like mainstream, that a lot more people are becoming influenced by that, like talking about hyping themselves up and saying, oh yeah, like I've got this, I've got that, because hip hop is like very showy offy, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's almost kind of like it's manifest, you know, when people rap, they're kind of manifesting. They're not just talking about what they have, they're trying to manifest what they want to be.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of a very popular mindset at the moment. And again, that ties in with social media. That's what a lot of people like to do on social media. Yeah, so as we've been saying, social media is such a huge part of our lives now, and that's something which has grown, you know, exponentially as we've
Exponentially.
Yeah, that's I was going to say a 3-syllable word, but how many syllables is that actually?
Exponentially.
5-syllable word. 5 or 4. Well, whatever. But anyway, my point is, it's grown massively as we've grown up. So what other areas other than social media you guys think have grown the most in terms of tech? Because I'm not very, you know, tech savvy, and tech's something I've always been late to adopt. But you, Sham, you've always you've always been the first one to get the new iPhone, the first one on the new social media platform.
Yeah.
Other than social media, what stands out to you in our lifetime as we've grown up that has changed the most, advanced the most in terms of technology? And it can be anything. It can be on like a personal level, like you know, like the Alexa.
I got this. Yeah.
On a life.
So the first thing that comes to mind when you say that is AI, like artificial intelligence and voice, right? So you combine the two together, right? So you got like Siri, Google, like Alexa. Sorry for the people at home watching this and their Alexa just gone off. But yeah, like advancements in like AI and like, it's crazy to think that, like, actually we were talking about how it's in our everyday lives now. Like your iPhone could assume that you're traveling to this place and gives you the latest map updates, or your calendar knows it takes this long for you to get there, or it gives you a suggestion for the address that you're going to do that certain activity. And to see the improvement in that, and then where it will be is like, man, you'll see them in like fridges, where a fridge is scanning your, like, the products you're putting in and out. Hey, low key, this is an idea that I've got, so I don't know if I'm just baiting it out right now. But yeah,
does that not scare you? Does that not scare you though? That
no.
You get things like it does to me, because I get things like, I'll be going to bed and it has Siri suggestion alarm for this time, and it's the time I want to wake up. Or I'll be at a certain place and then, I'll be going to do a workout and it will say suggested time of 3 minutes 10, and that's the timer I want to put on. And for me, it's not. I would sacrifice convenience for the privacy, because to me that scares me. And maybe that's just my mindset, because like I said, I don't like change. I don't like to things. But to me, it's like, if it knows that about me, what else is it going to know?
Well, do you not think it just helps you? Yeah.
I think I'm just kind of very traditional. I don't mind, writing something out on a piece of paper. I don't mind going on the phone and pressing the buttons to do this and that. I think we were discussing it the other day, weren't we? I think I'm in favour of tech that advances, the human race for the better, in terms of, pharmaceuticals, trying to end, disease and that kind of thing, trying to end, like, world poverty.
Yeah.
But
do you know what the problem is, Aaron?
Yeah, go on.
The problem is, right, that we are in a capitalistic environment, and a company is not going to waste time on writing out something on a piece of paper. A company is going to try and maximize its profits as much as possible, and if it can even shave off a second of writing time, then it's going to go for it. Because in the long run, it's going to work out, and they're going to make more profit, and
that's what it is,
bigger.
Man. It's time.
That's on a corporate level, but don't you think on a personal level? Don't you think, like, do we need to be in such a rush? This is just
the thing is, on a personal level, the same kind of thing will apply, because then what's going to happen is you're going to be writing things out on a piece of paper, but your competitor, as in someone like
say for me, for example,
like
Sham's
going to be able to do it at a third of the time, and he's going to have like double the time for him to do the things that he likes to do, and
exactly,
the things that he enjoys, and or he could just start smashing out these letters at double the speed and get double the money and get double the reward or whatever,
Yeah, man, time. It's a time saving thing for me, man. Like, I love it because it saves so much time. Like, in my phone, I've got like reminders of when to do things, and what it does, it allows you to like freely think or be more creative, let's say, because you haven't got to think, you haven't got to waste your mental energy thinking of it. And that's why I schedule a lot, because to be honest, I couldn't tell you what I'm going to do next, but my watch will tell me. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I've planned my day to how I want my day to be. Do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, it's like, okay, for example, the fridge idea that we were talking about, where let's say you have a fridge, you have a scanner on it, you scan every product that you put into the fridge, right? I'm definitely baiting out my idea here, but whatever.
I'm sure that exists already, doesn't it?
Yeah, it probably does, right? And then within that barcode, there's the expiry date or the use by date. Yeah. So you scan it, and then you'll get a notification on your phone like, this food runs out in 2 days or something. You can set it how much you want, and you'll get that alert on your phone, and you can use that. So therefore, it ends wasted product. It increases like the flow of what you need to get. So it'll update your shopping list like, oh, you need to get this. Do you know what I mean? Like, you set a routine, and it helps autonomize things, which then leads you to have more free time, technically, for the things you like doing.
I think
Shama just Googled it.
Benefits. Yeah. I think I maybe also just think about the cons to it as well, like the data you're handing to, companies like Google and their they're selling this data to this place and that place. And yeah, of course, us three individuals, we're not the president of the United States.
Exactly.
We're not Boris Johnson. They're not interested in us, right now per se. But, you never know in the future. We've all got big plans. But aside from that, just on kind of like a macro scale, if they have that level of information about every, individual citizen, they can collect so much information and it can actually shape our lives in so many ways. To me, it's kind of a bit scary. It makes me kind of think twice about things like when I'm, creating an account for a new website and it asks for my address, this, that, and the other. I'm just thinking, this is another website asking for this. It's going to know this. They're going to sell it off to this person. And I just think with privacy, I feel like, that's the thing we sacrifice the most. There's
100%, bro.
Our data.
I feel like you can't avoid it now. It's too late.
An asset. Our data is an asset now.
Yeah,
companies sell our data. So any other asset you possessed, you treat it with care and you'd be protective of it. But I feel like people really give away their data these days. That second thought.
We're doing it now. We're doing it now by this podcast. You've already told people that you've got a girlfriend, that you live somewhere like between here and here because of where you're traveling and stuff like that.
We're in Manchester. We said that about 10 times. They know for sure Wadge lives in Manchester somewhere.
yeah. I think it's too late. I mean, the day that we got a smartphone is too late.
Yeah, bro. You know what, man? You just gotta sell your soul. Sell your soul, man.
Yeah.
Do you know what else? Do you know what else I think is very interesting? And like I said, they have great benefits, but also as well, it's a scary thought. Drones. I was outside working out with my brother in a park a while back before lockdown, and this drone comes out of nowhere. We heard it buzzing, and it flew around for a bit, and it just made me think. This drone, it could have a camera on. It could be recording what we're doing, and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just think like that whole thing that happened. I think it was at Heathrow Airport a year ago, or a couple of years ago. And they had to ground all flights, etc.
Yeah.
It just completely changed the landscape of things. Like obviously you can find out so much about people from social media, but you can find out things from people now on a very physical level.
Yeah.
Drones, you can go put a drone in someone's back garden. You can go put a drone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's heavily true.
But are there no current laws on that at the moment?
They're in development because this is obviously a very nascent technology. It's a new space.
Yeah.
Bro. Do you think that people that want that data, they care about the law? Like, there's a law that you can't steal and stuff. People would still do it. Like, people still rob banks and stuff. Like, people are still going to do it whether there's a law or not. Like,
but with this area, with something so new, they don't even have like legal frameworks in place yet.
They've got like a few things like a weight of a drone, for example. Like there's a certain weight that is classified, and then for example, you can't really stop someone from doing anything unless you've got like the White House security type of thing where it automatically detects what's in the air and then it shoots it down or something like that. Like, and that's what kind of makes it scary, the accessibility to do something bad, because anyone can get their hands on a drone. Like, you don't necessarily need like a license. You need a license to then I think take it to certain countries. Like my friend has a drone. He takes it to Spain and South Africa, and in Spain I think he needed a license to like fly it in like the villa and stuff, or to actually take footage from it. But actually nothing's really stopping you from simply just setting it up, flying, taking a video. And it's like driving. Like, you don't need to have a license to be able to drive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need it to drive it legally. Yeah, but I think the whole idea
it'll be interesting to see how it changes over the next few years.
Yeah,
especially because they're becoming so accessible now that a lot of people will have one. It's like it'll eventually be the same as like someone having a camera.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah, have you not got a drone? How do you capture your footage?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah.
Yeah, the more incidents that happen, like the Heathrow thing, the more laws are going to be put in place to restrict their use.
Yeah.
I think that's the general direction it's going to go.
I think a lot more people need to have it, because then I think the people that do make the law, they can tell what people do with the product. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So should we buy a drone then?
Should we buy a drone?
Buy a drone.
Why not?
Let's buy a drone. Yeah, no, I do want a drone. Like,
Is Apple going to make a drone?
Apple probably won't make a drone anytime soon.
They probably will. I think they'd want to jump on that. Although Apple are trying to move away from hardware, from what I've read. Anyway, they're trying to focus on services like was it Apple TV Plus,
Apple TV, Apple Pay. Like they got that credit card out now. They've got. They're gonna definitely go into like eyewear, like glasses and stuff like that. Because they're on.
I love you.
Cool. Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
that would be very cool.
Because they got watches.
Like the Snapchat glasses. Do you remember them?
The Snapchat glasses, yeah.
Yeah, do you remember them?
I don't.
Press a little button like this.
Yeah, so Snapchat made a pair of glasses where you can record Snapchat videos from your actual pair of glasses.
Yeah, man, it's
that's crazy. I'm guessing they didn't take off since I've never seen anybody wear them.
Do you know what? I think they're pretty expensive, you know. And they took off very well. Like they used to sell them in like vending machines in like cities. And people just go to them and pay there.
Oh, right.
They took off for sure. Yeah, but eyewear is the next thing. Like Google made that Google glasses, and essentially it's just like think of it like a hairband. Yeah, like a headband like this with like a glass in front of you. That's there's projection onto that, which then doesn't totally like block out your vision, so you can still see behind it and stuff, but it kind of just like allows for information to be there, whether that be like weather notifications, like texts and stuff like that. And I think that's where things started to get a bit weird, because you're gonna have like people putting adverts in your eye whilst walking like past a certain shop or something like that. Like if you haven't seen this film, it's called Ready Player One, and essentially I think it's that film. It might be another film, but essentially like they have the VR goggles, right?
Yeah.
But then they're selling like ad space on in the VR. Like it's a film, it's all fictional and stuff, but they're selling like ad space, and I think that is so true. So you're gonna have like this much of vision, and the rest is going to be ads and like notifications and stuff like that. That's when I think it gets too much.
I'll take it off.
Yeah, 100%.
Or I'd pay 99p for the premium version.
The eyewear thing as well. Again, me being skeptical, is one step closer to us having a chip implanted in our brain. Like
it's not about this, man.
Face, it is.
Well,
it's
people put chips in their body already. You can get like a fingerprint scanner for payments and stuff. You could put a chip in your finger, and you can like do contactless with your finger.
People have got on that the rings and stuff. They've got it in like chips for opening doors. So when you go like it will scan like a student card to get into a door.
Yeah,
people got it in their palm and stuff like that. Yeah.
That is crazy.
This is where I think you guys were talking about how it saves time. Yeah, absolutely. If you need to save time, so you can fit more in today, so you can become a better person, whether it's for career-wise, personally. I am all for that. But things like this, do we really? Contactless is quick enough. Apple Pay's quick enough.
There's always quicker.
We're becoming robots.
We don't need to put a chip in our finger. It's quick enough already. Opening a door. We don't need to. Do say some command, say open this door. You can just open it. It doesn't take that much strength. It doesn't take that much effort.
I think for me, it's just the concept of putting technology inside your actual body.
That's for me. Yeah.
Well,
I can't see myself ever doing that.
Go a day without your phone. Aaron probably could. I don't feel like you're very.
Yeah,
I think I would struggle.
I would struggle.
Yeah,
but if I told everybody, I would only struggle in the sense that I'd worry if someone was trying to get in contact with me, or I needed to contact someone. But if I said at the start of the day, sent a message to all my contacts, I will not be on my phone for 24 hours. I'd put it away and I'd be.
Do you reckon you could go a week?
Nah. And that's what I'm saying, man. We're cyborgs already. We're cyborgs already,
sounds
man.
Extreme.
Do you think you could go a week without Wi-Fi? Like total no Wi-Fi, no data, no nothing?
You could, but it just wouldn't be enjoyable. Like
the scenario I'm imagining is that I go on holiday for a week. and I don't look at my phone. I'd be fine as long as I've got my music.
But that's because you got something new to stimulate your brain, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah. I'm
just
saying
about sitting on a beach. Personally, I could sit on a beach for 7 days. If I've got music and I've got a book, I'll be fine.
I'm saying, could you live your normal day-to-day life?
What's that? Sorry.
I'm saying, live your normal day-to-day life.
Oh, yeah,
not on holiday or anything.
Day-to-day life. No way. No way you can do it without Wi-Fi. You put your life around it. Like this now, this won't be possible. Without Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, some things you just gotta accept of the advancement in technology.
It's a part of humans now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, I think it'll be very difficult if we went. It's kind of going backwards, isn't it? Like, what's the point of advancing to these technologies if we're not going to use them? Do you know what I mean?
What I think will happen is, like, in 1,000 years, the same way that people think about the agricultural revolution, people will think of this period of time as a technological revolution.
Isn't it? It's a science one. It's a science revolution, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, like, people are going to be like, you used to touch your phone? Like, we were like, oh, yeah, we had to press buttons and stuff. And now kids are like coming up to, like, I don't know, like TV screens and pressing them because that's what they know. That's all they know.
Yeah. Well, the definition of phone's changed. A phone used to mean when someone said phone, they'd think an object to call someone. When someone says your phone now, what comes to your mind? Instagram.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And now in the future, people are going to be like used to touch your phone, like, because this Neuralink is going to come out in like less than 1,000 years, where you just think
people
and then
can swipe with their eyes, like left and right.
Yeah. And then you just tell your brain, which then tells that link, which then tells an object, because it won't be a phone anymore. It'll be just like a screen, let's say.
Yeah.
And it would tell that what to do. Do you know what I mean? And then kids in, like, I don't know, how many years, 20, 30 years, they're going to be like, used to touch your phone? Like, who does that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you'll be able to, like we talked about the Neuralink, right? And how it can help your eyes and stuff. Because all it is just like, essentially light coming into your eyes, and then that gets transformed in your brain, etc. We'll be able to put, like, TV screens over our eyes where we say to our brain, okay, play Netflix. And seeing the real world will be just, our eyes will be open or closed, and we'll be seeing Netflix, like the shows that we want and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Right, I've got a question now. We'll finish on this. One word answer, okay? If you could only keep one app, like one kind of like social media or video app on your phone, so like it could be Netflix, it could be YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
that's
Spotify,
an easy question.
Apple Music. You can only keep one. What is it? Why did you go first if you got an answer ready?
YouTube.
That's your one.
Yeah.
Well, just a quick sentence. Why YouTube?
Just because I feel like you can use it in the most different kind of ways. Like, you can educate yourself from it. You can use it to relax. You can play your music from it. You can even talk to people from it. You can stream from it. You can create content from it. You can be a consumer from it. You've got endless possibilities. And to be honest, I use it the most, more than any other app on my phone.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. What about you, Sham?
Instagram.
Yeah,
man. Humans are social animals, man. And even this quarantine just says a lot about it. How, like, Tory Lanez has been doing these quarantine radios. You can listen to music through it still. You can actually do video calls. Like, humans need that social interaction. So if it was one app and one app only, man, I'd have to sacrifice YouTube as much as I don't want to. But people that put their content on YouTube, put it on there to get paid. Like, they could easily put it on Instagram. No worries.
Yeah, true. What about you?
I was gonna say Spotify, because I feel like that's the one thing I'd need. Just my music and stuff to get me through the day, to help me up through workouts and stuff. But you convinced me, Waj. YouTube is the one, because YouTube, you can do everything. You can listen to your music. Any music I've got on Spotify, I can listen to on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can probably find shows that, you know, are on Netflix on YouTube somewhere. So yeah, I think YouTube for me. Yeah.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Good.
Right. Well, thank you both for doing this with me. To all our listeners, I hope you guys liked it, and we'll be back with some more content real soon.
Call to action, Aaron. Call to action. CTA. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Oh yeah. I'm not good with all this stuff. No, so I'm going to hand this over to you. Go on, do it all.
Like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out our podcast on Spotify and Anchor, and we'll be back with more podcasts. Take care.